Kristen, you've been making work for a long time, and you've gotten a lot of like accolades along your way. But can you just tell us, like, sort of in lay terms, like your journey as an artist, like basically give us your origin story, how you got here, because it's not really normal for us children of Vietnamese refugees to be artists. We're normally not encouraged to do this because it's a risky venture, and it doesn't normally pay the bills. So how did you end up here?
Yeah, so that's very true. I did not grow up making artwork. It was something that I actually started doing in college. And so I originally went to school at the University of West Florida in undergrad to pursue a music degree. So
That's weird too.
yeah, also weird. My family definitely wasn't, I guess, so forceful and which direction I would take. I think they were more so really supportive, even though they didn't really understand what I was doing. But also, I'm the youngest of three, and I have two older sisters. So in Vietnamese culture, usually the oldest sister takes on a lot of the responsibility, and like a lot of the pressure is on the oldest sibling for the most part. And so the youngest sibling kind of gets an easy pass in a way. In a way, not necessarily easy. However, they definitely were supportive in ways, just more so a little bit just seeing what I was interested in and just letting me go for certain interests of mine at the time. All that to be said, I originally was a musician, or I tried to be a musician. And so I was studying classical guitar for about 2 years until I got an injury in both my hands. And so I wasn't able to play anymore. But I never thought that I was going to leave it behind completely. I just was going to, at the time, take care of my hands, but also finish like core curricula in college. So just taking off, getting through all the stuff that I was gonna have to do anyways. But during that time, I actually enrolled in a photography course, a darkroom photography course, which was supposed to be an elective. You were required to take like an arts course, but I absolutely fell in love with it. I was in there all day, all night, just printing. I wasn't really any good at photography, but I thought this was so cool. I had never seen anything like it before. Developing the film, right, processing the photos, and then seeing actually something come out. I used to stay in there and actually print other people's work for them to like help them pass the class, because I just had nothing else to do. But eventually, after about a year or so of doing that, I realized again that I just wasn't any good. And so I started trying other mediums and eventually got into more sculptural practices, making a lot of conceptual work, a bunch of really funky stuff that just used various things. And then during my last semester, at this point I switched over to being what is it called? Art major at this point. And so during my last semester of college, again, I just needed to pass to get like a requirement done, and so I enrolled in a wheel throwing course. And at the same time, there was 2 new professors that came into the program by the name of Ðinh and Andy Moon, and they both have been doing ceramics for a long time. And Ðinh actually lived and worked in Ðinh, China, which is the porcelain capital of the world, where they've been the #1 manufacturer of ceramics, porcelain in China for centuries. And so he worked there and for a good while, and then decided to move back to the States, and just so happened to come and work at my school for just 1 year while I was taking that ceramic course. And he became very influential to me. It was the first time that I really was like wanting to invest in one single medium. And he taught me a lot of things of production pottery methods, but then also ceramic Chinese philosophy that I was just very, very influenced by at the time. And so from that point on, I just committed to ceramics.
Amazing. So I'm just thinking about the intergenerational story that this is like the parents, like the family together like covers the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like the parents are like taking care of the baseline, making sure that everybody has survived the war and the journey over here, and then like older siblings are like helping with the stability so that the younger children can like get to the top of the pyramid and like take on activities that are about self-actualization and passion and creativity. So we do stand on their shoulders, and I think that that's also embedded in your